I'm not exaggerating when I say that this book was a very big factor in helping me triple my testosterone. And no, it's not about lifting heavier, it's not about eating properly, it's about how you actually behave as a man. Because sometimes the way we act and behave during the day and just in normal day-to-day life and how we interact with people has a greater effect on testosterone than all the kind of tricks and things and actions that we actually take, such as the way you train or the way you eat or the supplements you take. Sometimes the way that you behave around people actually has sometimes is the biggest lever that you can pull to increase your testosterone. Brings me back to the testosterone pyramid, how there are like 4 layers, and the first layer, the most important layer, the foundation of building that pyramid is your lifestyle and behaviors, and this kind of focuses on your behaviors, specifically your behaviors around other people and around women. By the way, if you want the 3-month exact plan that took me from 270 nanograms per deciliter, as you can see here on the left, to 870 nanograms per deciliter, check the link in the description. So this book that I read is called The Way of the Superior Man by David Dada, and it kind of splits it into 3 areas to kind of build the most perfect masculine man in an ideal world. It's kind of sexual scenarios, it's relationship dynamics, and it's your like purpose, your purpose as a man. So those are the kind of 3 main areas of this book. And I read this book about a year ago or a year or 2 ago, and I kind of think of it as like the Bible onto how to be a true masculine man. And it talks a lot about masculine and feminine dynamics and how you can be a man, but you might not be as masculine as you want to be. And the same the other way around, you could be a woman and you might not be as feminine as you want to be, because there's this thing that happens when a man is masculine and a woman is feminine. There's this like, it's like 2 ends of a magnet. You know how opposites of the magnet attract and the same ends of the magnet repel from each other? It's the same kind of thing. So the magnet attracts because both ends, both polarities are so like the end of the polarities, they're 2 ends of the spectrum. So you want as much polarity as possible specifically in a relationship, or just to get that maximum benefit in relationships being a man, and you want your women to be as feminine as possible as well. So I'm just going to go over the 3 biggest lessons that I learned from this book and how you can maybe implement them into your life to really act the same way. If you want this book, I'll put it in the description as well, so you can go on Amazon, get it on Amazon if you want. But I'll just recap the 3 biggest lessons that I learned when I was looking at this. When I was looking over my notes that I wrote for this book, I was looking over them, and these are the 3 biggest lessons that I learned from this book, and probably the 3 most impactful things that I learned from this book. So the first lesson is that a masculine sexual essence and a female sexual essence are empty without 2 very different things. The masculine is empty without purpose, and the feminine empty without love. What does this actually mean? The masculine is empty without purpose. You can't be truly masculine if you don't have a purpose in your life. This could look like a goal. This could look like something you work towards every day or regularly. And a feminine essence, if she doesn't have love, or if she doesn't have love from other people, if she isn't loving something, then her true feminine sexual essence, if it is truly feminine, will be empty if there's no love there. And so to find out if you, as a man, if you are truly masculine or feminine, which one of these, when you don't have, do you feel empty? I know for me, if I'm not getting love from anyone at any point in life, then I'm okay as long as I have some kind of purpose. And if I don't have purpose and I'm getting love, then I crumble as a person. Like I don't know how to function. So if you are like that, and if you cannot function without purpose, then that means you have a masculine sexual essence, and that's good, in my opinion. You want to be as masculine as possible. Naturally, you might have a female sexual essence where maybe you don't really care about striving towards something, and as long as you're getting love from someone, maybe your parents, maybe your girlfriend, maybe your friends even, then that's something that might need working on, because I don't think that I think you'll get more happiness if you realize that you could actually get happier working towards something. And maybe it's not happiness really, it's more like fulfillment. Like I could easily be sitting here just watching YouTube or something on a chill Sunday, but I've chosen to do this because it's some sort of purpose. It's some sort of greater thing other than just getting some instant dopamine from a screen. It's like, it's above me basically. And that's kind of what purpose is. It's not just surface level comfort. Lesson 2 from this book I learned is that you need to be confidently and unapologetically yourself. Superior men are free in their feelings and actions. So this means that they don't pretend to be someone that they're not. They don't pretend, they don't people please. the superior masculine man is ideally not a people pleaser. I've been a people pleaser before. Sometimes I become a people pleaser just by automatic kind of maybe mechanisms from my childhood. But I have to always remind myself to not be a people pleaser, just to be my completely normal self, because the most fulfillment and enjoyment you can get out of any sort of interaction, social interaction, whatever, is by being completely yourself. And I've found this time and time again. Like, if I'm pretending to be someone I'm not, if I'm pretending to agree with someone because I don't agree with them, it's like autopilot. It gets boring, it gets tedious, it's not as fun. But I'm fun when I'm just myself, and it's just easy to be yourself because you don't have to fake anything. So whatever comes naturally to you, you can say it within reason, obviously. And lesson 3: masculine men must be unperturbed to other people's tests. Don't take other people's bullshit. So unperturbed basically means you don't get affected by someone else's tests or someone else's actions. I always forget this because sometimes I'll get into arguments and I'm just like, sometimes throws my brain around sometimes, but I always need to remind myself to chill out sometimes. I'm quite a snappy and impatient person, so that when someone has an argument, I tend to be a bit gossipy, and I think that's quite a bad quality that I have. I tend to like chat shit about someone even behind their back, which isn't great. So unperturbed basically means it ties in with the one before as well. You just live to your complete and chorused self, and you don't try and engage in petty shit, basically. So I hope that was somewhat useful. The book below, I'll link the book below if you want to look at it. If you're not interested in this, you can click off this video, but if you still are watching, then if you want a complete one-stop shop on improving your testosterone, then click the link in the description. It takes you to this community right here, which basically is, like, I made it to be like a one-stop shop for anyone wanting to increase their testosterone. So this is what it looks like. This is the core, really. This is the classroom section, and you have seven different pathways of major issues people have to increasing their testosterone that I've learned from other people and myself. So, for example, if I click on one, there are 4 resources here, for example, that take you through how to train, how to eat, how to get very strong legs, how to optimize testosterone. So it's a very resourceful, kind of heavy, informational heavy product, but just have a look if you're interested. That's all from me, and until next time, bye.